Hey guys, this is Pidge, and today we are going to talk about... Oh, just wait a minute. Today we are going to talk about how to stay off my shit list. That's right. You may be one of those players that think, why me? There are 10 bases around here, why did I get raided? And that's what I want to address today. There are certain things that when I'm out roaming, I'm not particularly looking for a base, but if I see an opportunity, then you end up on my easy list. The key point to take away from this is to protect what I feel is the most valuable commodity in Rust, and that is information. The more information you give me, the easier it is for me to raid you. So I want to go over some tips to help you keep the information to yourself, stop leaking it to the outside, and stop making it easy for experienced raiders to pick you out of the bunch to come and raid next. I'm not going to be talking about the really obvious things like I saw you get off a rib in full metal with an M2 on your back and go into this 2x1 wooden base. That's not what we're talking about today. Also, there are other factors such as revenge. You know, you may kill me for a lot of good gear at airfield, whatever, and I follow you home and I know where you live. We're not talking about that today. These are unrelated things that are going to get you on a list and are going to get you raided. Number one, we're going to talk about stability. A lot of new players won't realize the significance of stability, but as a raider, I want to explain this to you. So here we have three examples. One that is completely hollow, one that has been slightly built on, and one that has the full door path complete. These are all 2x2, a lot of people start with these. Let's see what happens when we put the roof on. Okay, so this is the hollow one. You can see that we have 90%, 92% stable here. 74, 74, 74, 75. Okay, so I know that this is completely hollow. And to understand why, we'll need to move on to the next one. So remember, 74 all the way around. The next one, which has a wall here, and then a door frame there. 92, 87, 81, 76, 81. So what these numbers tell me is that an 87 compared to a 74 over there means this is connected to an extra 2 walls. 87 is the maximum stability that you can have on a square ceiling at ground level. What 81 tells me is that this is connected to 1 additional wall compared to the 74 that was over there. It's also picking up a little bit of stability from the fact that this is more stable. 76, this tells me that this is connected to no additional walls. It's just picking up a little bit of extra stability compared to the 74 over there because these have extra stability. And then we see the same thing here with 81 as opposed to here. This is connected to 1 additional wall, which is the door frame that goes across here. And this is connected to 1 additional wall, which is the wall that goes across here. So me as a builder slash raider, I know that you have a wall here and a door frame there and then nothing. So the third example is the one that is completely built up inside, and I suggest everybody does this. It costs next to nothing. So always fill out your 2x2 with double door frames or single door frames. Just fill it out, because what that does is it standardizes the stability throughout the entire base. So we still have the 92 at the front. That's because 92 is maximum, and that's connected to door frame, wall, door frame. So essentially wall, wall, wall. Then we have 87. Remember, 87 was the maximum that we looked at over there. And all of these are 87. So as a raider, you actually don't know which square the TC is going to be in. Because we know that a door goes in here, and that's as far as we know. So the path could go here, 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 and your TC could be in this square. Alternatively, your path could go in here and then this way, and your TC could be in here. There's also an opportunity for you to have a door in here and then a door there, a door here, and a door there. Your TC could be in here. So what I suggest that you do with all of your 2x2s is fill out the empty door sockets with double door frames, because that standardizes your stability across the entire base, and it forces the raider to actually spend more. Let me explain why. With this one here, I know that the base is completely hollow, so the cheapest way for me is 2 doors. That's 2 rockets, a little bit of explo ammo, and I have access to everything. With this one here, I know that your TC is in this square right here, and that's just 2C4. With this one here, I actually don't know which square your TC is in. It could be in one of 3. So this requires 4 rockets, which works out to be more expensive than any of the other costs. So as a raider, I don't want to be looking at the ones that are the highest cost. I want to be looking at the ones that are cheaper. So make this a good habit. Number 2, and this is directly related to this. If I put the roofs back on here, I can actually still find out where your TC is, because stone double door frames actually overlap slightly into the walls. You can see here, I can actually highlight it, and that is a door frame. You can't do that with walls, and you can't do that with single door frames. The thing is, a lot of 2x2s are so much better off with double door frames, so we want to use them. So it's easy to show this from just hovering around the side of the base, but here you can see I can clearly highlight the double door frame. You can't do this with walls, and you can't do this with single door frames. You also can't do this if the door frames are metal. So my suggestion to you is always upgrade your door frames. For the cost of making them metal, do it as early as possible, because then you leak no information as to your 2x2 layout to anybody outside. You can see here, I know that this is the way in. Through here, this is a double door frame, so obviously this is a path. And then here we can see there's another double door frame there, so I know this is the path. And then finally, the double door frame there. So I know that your TC is in here. So upgrade your double door frames to metal. Number 3, don't tell me where your TC is. I see this so much, and it's a really easy fix. So this is an example of my build number 1, if you will, the Deceiver, which was really popular. Now, when other people try to do a design like this, they don't have enough metal to upgrade the whole base, but what I see too much is this. Just one metal foundation around the whole stone base, and even worse, that. Like, it just makes no sense. I understand exactly where your TC is. I just want people to stop doing that. Your base and your TC is much safer if you leave this entire base stone and don't upgrade any of it to metal. And that's something that I'm really trying to stress in my base series, is just keep all of the information to yourself. There's no need to give that away. Your TC could be in any one of, say, 10 triangles in that base, and you just tell everybody exactly where it is. So if you stop doing that, that's going to help you a lot. Number 4 is, don't tell me how rich you are. So if this is your starter base and you're going to expand this out with honeycomb, etc., don't upgrade all of this to armored and think that that makes you less of a target. This actually makes you more of a target. You're broadcasting to everybody that passes this base that you have enough HQM in your TC to upkeep this base, and HQM is really desirable. So don't upgrade your core until you've put your honeycomb in place. Then you can upgrade your core, and that way it's a surprise for raiders, because they don't know that your core is HQM, so they may blow through your honeycomb hoping to get a stone core, whereas you have concealed the fact that you've upgraded it to armored after the fact. So don't be in a rush to upgrade your starter base to sheet metal or armored. Number 5 is garage doors. Don't let people know that you have garage doors. It's a sign of progression, it's a sign that you have a tier 2, and it can make you desirable to raid. It's really easy to conceal garage doors, but this happens when you have a triangle based base. You see this here and here. From above, I wouldn't know if your door path went left or right, but because these are poking out through the wall, A, I know that you have garage doors, so you're quite desirable to raid, and B, I know your door path. So whenever you're putting down garage doors, just be conscious which side you are placing them on. And if you spot this on the outside of your base, go back inside and flip it around so it faces the other way. That way, raiders will have no idea that you have garage doors, so they'll blow in through the really cheap front door, and then they'll probably just stop, because they know it's just going to be garage doors all the way around. In a base like this, I would just upgrade the top to sheet metal. It really doesn't flex too much. And then make sure that all of your garage doors are hidden, and that is quite a secure base. Okay, point number 6 is, if you're going to rock a bunker, at least hide the fact that you're rocking a bunker. So leaving your high foundations on the external wall like this, it doesn't make any sense, because the rest of the base is on low foundations, right? So I instantly know with one ladder that this is high, that's low, that's your way in, and you exactly know the layout of the base at this point. So if you're going to rock a bunker, at least hide the high foundations within your honeycomb. If you leave them like this, anybody running past can do a quick hammer check on your base and see that this is a bunker. And that defeats the point of having a bunker, because what you want to do is you want to entice people to come in through your doorways, because what they're going to do is hit your bunker. In this case, I'm going to start checking for other cheaper avenues in, because I know what to expect. Point number 7 is about shop fronts and windows. I see this way too much, and in my opinion they are overused and they are very much underpowered. This is a really quick example, but inside here we have 2 garage doors. So if I was to blow in here as a raider, I wouldn't know if the raid path is going to go left or right, so I would use rockets in that case. But because you have windows, that tells me that this wall here is not the doorway in, so that's not your path. And usually I'll see this sheet metal or armored. And then over this way, I can quite clearly see your path. So I would hop up onto the roof, and I know that this goes in, and it doesn't really matter if it goes here, 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 it doesn't matter. I know that this is probably the best place to blow in, because your TC is probably going to be here, or in one of these triangles. So that's what I would do. So you're just giving me information you didn't need to give me. You're not gaining anything by having those windows here, because if I want to door camp you, I would camp here. So it doesn't stop door campers. All it does is give opportunistic raiders more information than they should have. Point number 8 is about ladder hatches. Ladder hatches, if not built correctly, tend to give you the cheapest way into a base. Now, the best place to put a ladder hatch is close to the front door, and make sure that it has the same amount of doors as if the raider went through the front door. That's the best place to put a ladder hatch. The problem is, if you've only got one way in and out of the base, if somebody starts raiding you, it actually takes away the chance to get to the roof, because they're already at the ladder hatch at that point. So if you're going to put a ladder hatch anywhere else, make sure there is a door path to it. I see this way too many times. Here's the ladder hatch, here's the front door. I'm probably going to take the ladder hatch in this instance. Now, a really easy way to get around this is to cover this ladder hatch up with something just really simple. Now I don't know if the ladder hatch is in that triangle or that triangle, but even better than that is throw a complete decoy down. And I do this a lot on my bases. Yep, there's no ladder hatch in there, but me as a raider, I really don't know. I don't know if that's a ladder hatch or that's a ladder hatch. And in here you could just have a bed and a box. Maybe a spare gun or something like that. So I highly recommend just covering up your ladder hatches and then putting a second decoy up on your roof so that people just don't know the path. And that's a wrap. 8 tips to help you stay safer for longer. I hope this video gives you a useful insight into the mind of a raider and helps you to eliminate any of these mistakes that you might be making, or at least understand the downsides of doing them. If you did enjoy the video, please drop me a like, subscribe to the channel, and feel free to head over to my Twitter, my Twitch, and even the Discord. Stay safe, guys. See you in the next one. Peace out.